The road team.
I always dreamed to square Martin.
Brunson on the drive, spins underneath, puts it up, puts it in. Jalen Brunson does it again.
Would you look at that? Now everybody's happy.
If they lose tonight, I'm looking right at him.
Champagny back to him. He tries a three, knocks that one down. And the Spurs win. What a response from San Antonio.
I'm blaming the President of the United States of America if the New York Knicks lose this tonight.
Still here? Good. Now let's rewind back to April 25th, 2026. Because this isn't the first time that people thought the Knicks were in panic mode.
Back and move father-son back and forth here.
Do y'all remember when the internet was clutching their pearls and overreacting to this clip? Well, if you're watching my channel, then you probably know this is Rick Brunson. And without him being a mediocre NBA point guard, you'd probably never meet his son, Jalen. Let me explain. After game 1 of the NBA Finals, you probably heard Mike Brown say this about Rick.
We were all bitching too much at the officials, and I tell you, Rick Brunson was great. He told me to shut the up. Sorry, Mom. He told me to shut up, and or be quiet, and he told the rest of the team to be quiet and leave the officials alone. And you know, it was great of him because we were all kind of losing our mind, and I did it. The rest of the guys did it, and it helped us put our energy elsewhere, especially in the second half.
Now, if you're familiar with Mike Brown, he probably, definitely needed that, as this man has a history of bitching and moaning to the refs. He did it when he was with the Kings.
Uh-oh, Mike Brown is incensed. Mike Brown giving the rookie official some words, and Mike Brown has just been ejected.
Show you guys why I got kicked out of the game right here.
And now he's doing it with the Knicks.
I never thought I'd see that in an NBA Finals game. All the shots we took, we got fouled 4 times for 8 free throw attempts. I don't complain much.
The referee here tonight.
But what's that saying again? When an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Well, that immovable object is Rick Brunson. And he definitely does not subscribe to gentle parenting.
Harder. Good. Jog back. Go. Go get the ball. I'm going to throw it to the fence if you don't jog back. Here we go. Go. Good. Follow through, though.
I think the Knicks are reverting back to the way they played. They're becoming a little too, really in every game, they've been becoming a little too Brunson-centric. Yes.
Come on, Chuck, spit it out. Brunson-centric. Sometimes we all need a reminder of our own strength, of what we've done to get here. How difficult do you think it is to push your 6'2", at best, NBA point guard son to the NBA Finals? Well, let's look at some stats. The only player to see an NBA court that was under 6 feet last season was Yuki Kawamura. And at 5'8", the odds of making the league are 0.0018%. Yes, less than 1%. Now, you're probably saying, well, Jalen is 6'2". That's a whole 4 inches, dummy. And aside from the dummy part, you'd be correct, you impatient dipshit. But I digress. At 6'2", your odds to see any NBA playing time increases by roughly 15.4%. As there are about 74 out of the total 450 active NBA players who are 6'2" or shorter. But as you can imagine, being a starter at that height shrinks the numbers further, and making the NBA Finals at that height,
We in the finals, baby!
even further. And then winning an NBA championship even further. And these were the odds before a player like Victor Wembanyama was here.
There's a 14-inch height difference between you and Victor Wembanyama.
Yo, NBC posted this clip of OG shooting a 3 over Wemby. And see his standing reach? 9 feet 7 inches. That's compared to OG, who stands at 6'7". Now swap OG for Jalen Brunson at 6'2". If Wemby is that close, that shot is getting blocked every single time.
Sometimes you can't see the rim, so you got to look somewhere else.
But this is where Rick Brunson, the immovable object, comes into play. He was 6'4", 290 pounds when he was playing. Not the tiniest guy, but far from the biggest. Rick was also a journeyman. He played for 8 different teams. And he wasn't the fastest guard, nor did he have the best handles. But what he lacked in skill, speed, and size, he made up with determination, knowledge of angles, and all-around basketball IQ. That apple hasn't fallen far from the tree. So even though Rick couldn't really prepare Jalen specifically for Wemby, he sure as hell planted that seed. So that even if Jalen can't see the rim, he has a ton of other tricks in that big-ass head of his to make up for it.
Brunson and Castle. Lot of bumping. Brunson spinning, leans in, falling away, shot, banks it home, high off the glass.
Now, remember earlier when I said that without Rick Brunson being a mediocre point guard, Jalen wouldn't be here? Sounds like hate, right? But let me explain. The best players in the world, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Shaq, they usually have a hard time producing quality NBA players. And there's a theory that if you're too good of a player, too athletic, too amazing, the one of one, it will almost be impossible to create an athlete to surpass you or even something on your level. Because let's face it, your shadow is just too damn big. The pressure is immense, and there are qualities of your athleticism, your overall being, that are just impossible to replicate. However, if you're good enough to be, a solid college player, a good 3-point specialist, or even an NBA journeyman that has figured out a way to stick around in the league even after all the changes in environment, you'll in theory have the best of both worlds.
I met Michael, and he's like, "Oh, you want me to sign your jersey?" I said, "No, you messed it up." I was dead serious.
How old were you?
I was probably like 6 or 7.
He said, "Nah, you'll mess
it
up."
I'm growing up in the NBA. I'm seeing all these players all the time. So I'm like, I'm taking it for granted.
You'll have just enough natural talent to soak up all the game and knowledge to pass on to your child, while at the same time having that hunger and that work ethic that only comes from struggle and lack. That was Rick Brunson. And Jalen Brunson is the proof of concept.
Just play with me. Just play with me. When you bought it, yeah. Once you get it down, just play with me.
The Knicks have been the underdog for a really long time. And sometimes you need a little push from adversity. Some shit like this to remember. And that's what Rick Brunson is here for.
Going back to when he used to train me when we were younger. Obviously, I'm not 6'8". Now I'm not jump over people. When I was younger, you can obviously teach so much. It was more mental than anything.
Like he said, Jalen Brunson isn't as fast as Allen Iverson, as good of a ball handler as, say, Kyrie Irving, and definitely not the shooter that Steph Curry is. But what he has is a solid base, some elite level shifty footwork, a nasty left hand, and a unique ability to play off 2 feet.
How did you learn how to play off 2 feet? Was that at Villanova? That come earlier? Very skilled off 2 feet.
I think at Villanova it was
Polished it?
Polished it because everyone did it. It was something we did every single day. Kid you not. That's how we started practice. That's how we ended practice. That we started just doing our footwork stuff. And so Coach Wright was like, I want you guys to have this in your repertoire, knowing that you guys can play the other way, but you will always have this style of basketball. And then it works.
Hell yeah.
It works.
Take this bucket in game 1, for example.
As he drives against Bryant. Ooh, razzle-dazzle. Backs in. Scoots in right-handed off the glass. Oh, what a sweet move.
Brunson uses his wide base to post up Carter Bryant, who's a big guy. Bigger than Brunson for sure. He gets into the paint, but he's not really that deep. Once he gets in the paint, he picks up his dribble. Usually that's suicide if you're not somebody like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, or in this case, Jalen Brunson. Once the double comes, he splits, takes his step, and is somehow able to make a layup. That is elite footwork. Elite! Playing off of 2 feet. And of course, this bucket to tie the game in game 2. And you're always hearing, you can't stop him. He gets to his spots. And once he's at his spot, it's automatic. Well, these are his spots because Brunson makes the exact same shot in game 1 and game 2. Dribbles in the paint, gives the bump, step back, midi, bottom. Now, I'm not blind. If the NBA Finals were to end today, Karl Anthony Towns most certainly should be the Finals MVP. There's moments in these games where he's making Wembanyama look like Chet Holmgren. And then he's delivering on offense as well. But without big body Jalen Brunson, the Knicks are not here. But of course, the finals are not over. We'll have to see how these games play out. And as I mentioned earlier, Wembanyama is the X factor. He's really not from this planet, so he might do something we've never seen before. But if David ever had a chance to beat Goliath, it'll definitely be off 2 feet like Jalen Brunson. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video and this series. I mean, it is really dear to my heart because the first NBA memories that I have as a child was seeing the Knicks get demolished by the Spurs back in '99. But these 2026 Knicks match up a lot better against these Spurs. And that's saying a lot, even with that alien. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Y'all think the Knicks could actually finally win a championship after 53 years? Or will Victor Wembanyama clean this whole thing up? Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.